Certainly. Thanks, Trent. The biggest question I'm sure anybody's going to have who looks at our program is how do we replace the best player in school history, who was a senior last year, in Brooke Klosterman. So that's obviously a big question mark for us going into this year. But we brought in 4 freshmen. We're going to be extremely young. If you look at our roster, we have no seniors, a couple juniors, a sophomore, and 4 freshmen. But I will say that in my 4 years that I've been here, I think that this is probably the deepest we're going to be at the 4 and 5 spot as far as ability level goes. So that's got to be our goal for how we're going to replace somebody of Brooke's caliber, which you're never going to do with one player. So we have to do it with our depth and all of the kids in our top 5 of our lineup. It has been lately. There's been a really good pipeline from Cedar Falls to Wartburg for years. You go back to, and when Monica first started, I think that puts us back 16 years, I think, since she started. There's almost always been somebody from Cedar Falls on the roster, and they've had great great high school girls golf for a long time. And so between Mackenzie Roberts, who's from Cedar Falls, and then we go, Cedar Rapids for our other junior, and Katie Choate, Grinnell, Clear Lake, Des Moines, Central City, and Decorah. So all of our kids are from pretty local. High school is so different. So the biggest thing for us is, now stringing together 2 days and the distance change. At the state tournament last year, they played about 5,200 yards was the distance that the course was playing for the 4A schools, and we have to play a minimum of 5,800. So when you spread an additional 600 yards out, over 18 holes, it makes a pretty significant difference. We open up Labor Day weekend. Luther has traditionally hosted a tournament at Pheasant Ridge in Cedar Falls, and with the American Rivers Conference moving our conference championship from Pheasant Ridge to Ames Golf and Country Club, they moved over to Dyke. So we'll get to play fairly close to home that first Labor Day weekend. Then we host our tournament out at Prairie Links. We probably have the best field of teams that we've had in the 4 years that I've been here. We pretty much have all of the best teams from Illinois, Iowa, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. So that'll be a really strong tournament, one that, we could play pretty well and not be in the top 10 of 18 teams. So this year it'll be the first time that we're going to host, the American Rivers is going to host the conference championship at one site in one weekend. We've always been 2 different weekends at 2 sites, Pheasant Ridge the first, and then a host school. We've moved to a neutral site. It'll be 54 holes at Ames Golf and Country Club. So looking forward to that change. As coaches, we always thought the team that played the best on one weekend should win. And we had a tournament set up for you had to play one weekend, and then you had to come back a week later and do it again. And there's no other tournament in the country set up that way. So we thought that we needed to look at how we were doing ours, and this is more in line with what all the other conferences do for their qualifying, tournament to get to the nationals. So we felt like we needed to kind of fall in line with that.